Okay. Sukiyomi.
nothing to do with discipline. The real culprit is friction, and it slowly erodes your progress. Unlike what most people believe, it isn't because of laziness or poor discipline, but it's a lack of direction and purpose that leaves you feeling, who takes care of Shaquille O'Neal? Nobody. Take care of myself. Like I
W indeed, Goose. W indeed. Dang. I just fried my shit. Whoa. Knocked out that monitor. Damn. Damn. Should be acting like I don't want to work. Alright. I can now see everything is glitching out. Never mind, it's all back. Just testing some things out. Trying to see. Let's try this camera right here. Dope. What happens if I did something like that? Alright. Then we got Shaq holding back tears. Alright. Let's try something like this just to see what happened. Oh, that looked horrible on the vertical. We exposing ourselves. Alright, we gotta fix that another time. That on. Sorry. Back up. Damn, I can't back up. Twitch, I need you to catch up. Twitch, I need you to catch up. Actually, Twitch don't look that bad. I ain't gonna be fake. Alright, let's set it back to normal. Shit. Fuck, I'll play the Shaq video in the meantime, in between time.
I caught flag. I was on this young podcast and she said, you express your emotions to a woman. I said, no, why would I do that?
What do you say?
Who takes care of Shaquille O'Neal?
Nobody can take care of myself. Like I caught flag one time when I was on this young lady's podcast and she said, you express your emotions to your woman? I said, no, why would I do that? No, and they tried to kill me. But I don't. And the reason why is because as a man, you are to protect, provide, and love. And women are emotional and caring. So if I'm telling her I have a bad day, now it's two people with bad days. I don't tell my woman I'm having a bad day. I was there, I'm good, but I got to take care of it. Because if you put stress on her, she's going to put it right back on you. Because it's our job to protect, provide, and love. When people, you need it. No, I don't do that. I take care of everything. And that's just how it's going to be. And you know why I'm like that? Because it's work for me. It's work for me. So I'm not going to be somebody now and be like, no, I'm not doing that.
You can't work till you die. There has to be a number. There has to be a finish line. There has to be something.
It is. I don't want to say the number because, for us,
You heard?
say the number.
What's going
I
on?
don't want to make it seem like I'm bragging. The number is to where my kids can have nothing to worry about. That's the number.
Hey, he ain't lying here though.
This is Ted. Ted was born in
Shaq ain't lying here.
the year of the first Google search. And as a teenager, whatever Ted was looking for, Google helped him find it.
Title.
So it went, year after year. There was always some new question on his mind. Ted is 26 now. His life isn't so simple. Fortunately, Google still is.
Why is this not working?
Well, even when his questions
He ain't lying, though.
are a lot of
That whole-
questions in one.
But something cool happened.
That whole
tonight.
concept
Sit.
of society got it bent, bro. That whole concept of the man, where women be talking about they want a man to cater to their emotions and their feelings and all of that, bro. We gotta bury that line of thinking forever. Because at the end of the day, men are not designed to be emotional. That's just not our thing. We can't comprehend emotions like women can. So when they sit up there and hit y'all with that emotional stuff and be like, "Oh, I need you to cater to my emotions. Or I need you to make me feel good and all of that. It's not your job. Like Shaq said, your job is to protect, provide, and serve. I ain't gonna say serve, but protect and provide. It ain't your job to cater to a woman's emotions. You're not an emotional creature. You can't even understand emotions the way that she can. You can't even meet her on that level. Equally important yet substantially different. Yeah, something like that. It's like when they say they want emotional maturity should be your ability to get her on the page to where it's like, hey, these emotions you feeling, it's okay to feel them, but let's look at what's really going on here. Like, her emotions is important, but I feel like that's kind of why a lot of women need like sisterhood, and why that's a lacking thing nowadays, because women don't be having outlets to voice their emotions to people who can actually give them like some positive filtration of their emotions, like some kind of like sisterhood or something like that. Women just assume that, all right, I gotta put these emotions on my man, and it's like that emotional shit. Men gotta learn the hard way that the emotional stuff don't get you nowhere. That stuff don't even be mattering how you be feeling more often than not. Men is like designed and trained by society to suppress emotions, and it's not even a bad thing that's what we do, but that's just how we operate in order to perform at a maximum level. An emotional man is not gonna sit up there and outperform a man who's not emotional. So it's like you gotta sit up there and we tap into, so I wouldn't even say suppress, but like it is kind of like suppression a little bit, but it's like fuck that shit. It'd be like, nah, fuck that. We gotta get out of that. And then your girl hit you with the emotional stuff like, oh, I got these emotions and you gotta cater to them and help me navigate through them. It's like, lady, I don't even navigate through my own emotions to help you. All I can do is tell you to get out of that shit, because what you emotionally tripping about logically don't even make sense to my brain. So I feel Shaq with that. He like, man, what you talking about? Let me see something real quick. Damn. This mug working overtime, overdrive right now. All right. Now let me try it like this. If I was to go here, and then make that visible. Make this not visible. Then go here. Then do something like this. That don't even work like I want it to work. At least not on the YouTube side. It worked for Twitch. On my YouTube side, I'm about to just probably stick to verticals on YouTube, and then if you want to see the horizontal shebang, you might have to just go to twitch.tv. I'm trying to make this do what it gotta do. Hold on, maybe y'all can just 500, no, 600, too much. 700, almost 750, kinda. I think, is that the value that I need? I think so. Alright, what happens if I do this? We still here. Alright, Shaq. Let's go back to Shaq.
I called Flag one time when I was on this young lady's podcast, and she said, "Do you express your emotion to your woman?" I said, "No, why would I do that?"
I said no.
Kill me. But I don't. And the reason why is because as a man, you are to protect, provide, and love. And women are emotionally caring. So if I'm telling her I have a bad day, now it's two people with bad days. I don't tell my woman I'm having a bad day. I said, "Man, I'm good, baby. I got to take care of it." Because if you put stress on her, she's going to put it right back on you. Because it's our job to protect, provide, and love. But people, "Oh, you need it." No, I don't do that. I take care of everything. And that's just how it's going to be. And you know why I'm like that? Because it's work for me. It's work for me. So I'm not going to meet somebody down there. No, I'm not doing that.
You can't work till you die. There has to be a number. There has to be a finish line. There has to be something.
This, I don't want to say the number because, for us, when we say the number, oh, yeah, I don't want to make it seem like I'm bragging. The number is to where my kids, that's the number.
That's easier said than done. I actually understand what Shaq is talking about because as a man, as a married man who loves his wife, I get what he's saying. But it's easier said than done because when you're going through something as a human being, I know our gender is a man. You have a man and you have a woman. I know it's two different genders. But when you're going through something as a human being, you want to confide in somebody. When I'm going through stuff, half the time don't nobody know what I'm going through other than God. God be the only one knowing what I be going through. I talk to God about what I'm going through, and usually God gets me through it. Because what it look like you're telling your woman, the things you're going through, and you the one supposed to be protecting and providing for her. She's supposed to be confident in the fact that, that she's strong enough. So my advice, so that you don't go through things by yourself, is talk to God always. God knows everything. God is the one who created you, created the whole entire world. God knows everything. Talk to God, and then also too, in addition to that, if you want to talk to other brothers, other men about what you're going through, that you trust, men that you trust. If you don't got no men that you trust, that you can talk to about what you're going through, just talk to God. That will never fail.
You have to be absolutely kidding me. So I was on Twitter.
That was well said.
NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, 52 years old. One of the GOATs of basketball, was spotted traveling with his 21-year-old girlfriend in Spain. What? One of the GOATs of basketball, Shaquille O'Neal, who's 52 years old, by the way, was traveling with his girlfriend in Spain, and she's 21 years old. You mean to tell me she is literally around my age? And Shaquille O'Neal bagged her? Like, what? Nah.
Somebody in the comment section said that he was saying that as if Shaq was hiding or something. Shaq wasn't hiding. He used to have paparazzi being nosy and just, you know what I'm saying? He out in the open living his best life. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem that far-fetched. I mean, he's 52 years old, but that's not the first time we've seen a 50-year-old be with a 21-year-old who's super rich. I mean, that's not uncommon.
All right.
Being honest.
I had a guy client say, my wife hasn't put her head on my chest in 2 years. They have kids. Like, that breaks him as a husband. You think that men want sex? You think that men just want to be told, to be telling things all the time and to get things done? No, men want partnership. They want to create, they want that best friend in their house. They want to walk inside of their house and feel like they see eyes light up. Men actually care about these things, but they don't know how to generate that. They don't know how to create that. So once he starts to understand his woman, I teach him leadership skills about how he communicating effectively, right? So as an example, babe, I want dinner done when I get home. You want to say, so the question is, you want to ask what's going on.
Babe, I want dinner done when I go home.
It's time.
Babe, I want dinner done.
Our hunt for Starfall begins.
I appreciate her like having like some like sympathy for men, because a lot of women don't have any sympathy at all. But the problem is she kind of took the role of how a single mother relates to her son. After she said all that, I teach him leadership skills. You cannot teach a man leadership skills as a woman. That's the issue in the black community today. A lot of single mothers think that they can make boys become men, make their sons become men, and they do it with good intentions. They have a good heart about it. They want their sons to succeed, but you don't have the tools necessary. You don't have the resources to be able to make your son become the man that he's supposed to be. Only a man can teach a man how to be a man. So if you don't know, Caitlin Clark been getting pushed around, I'll say low-key kind of bullied in the WNBA.
That's a fact. This was crazy. This clip right here was crazy. Where girl poked her in the eye. Girl poked her in the eye. And then her teammate proceeded to throw her down on the ground while she was blind. I was like, damn, they hate her ass.
Kind of honestly makes you think like they might need to change some rules in the WNBA, like hockey. They probably need to make it like hockey, where you let them box it out for like 15 seconds, because that's crazy. That's preposterous. Now, my theory on why she gets bullied in the WNBA the way she does is because Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark has this way of acting like she's super innocent, like she never does anything. But if you remember in college, one of the reasons why I did not like her in college, I like her now, but in college I really didn't like her because every time she used to shoot her threes, almost every single time she had somebody defending her, she would push them off. That's cheating. You can't do that. But she would get away with it.
They beating girl up.
If you watch the clips, she actually kind of acts like she kind of acts like she's like the damsel in distress. Like every single
I know that was just a punch.
Acts like she kind of acts like she's like the damsel in distress. Like,
oh no, it
every
wasn't.
single time she gets hit or pushed or something like that, she's falling over the ground. Low-key kind of flopping, and it's like, cut it out. Come on now, you a grown woman. They grown women. If you was playing street ball, if you was playing at your local recreation center, would you be falling out like that on the ground? The answer probably most likely is no. But everybody always fights for battles. Should they be pushing her? Should they be pushing her around like that? No. But should she be doing all the extra exaggerating and always have somebody else fight her battles and stuff too? That's also corny to me as well. I don't like that.
Y'all are attractive women, but you're not tens.
Okay,
Those
we're
are
telling
just-
you our opinion though. Like, why do you have to always?
I'll tell you.
That you're
I'll tell
right?
you why
Like,
it's
just
important.
move on.
I'll tell you why it's important.
You're not
Because
gonna
all of
change
you are stuck in situationships. You're getting strung along by Chad, who's never going to give you commitment. He's just going to you, and then you're curving guys who are actually on your level, but you think you're above them because you're delusional and you think you're more attractive than you actually are.
But how do you
This is
know
the
that
biggest.
that's
Hold
for all
on. This
of
is
them?
the.
These type of podcasts, these should have been retired a long time ago at this point. You getting thoughts, OnlyFans chicks and thoughts on the podcast, so you can lose brain cells and argue with them about being thoughts. They gonna do what they do. Get my thing up here. They gonna do what they gonna do. If they want to thought, they gonna thought. That's just what it is. Just what it is. We don't, and I don't even want to put the cape on for these women, but we don't ever talk about the dudes that done made them thoughts. We don't get the dudes on there and ask them, hey, you know, how many women you done sat up there and smashed and dashed and ran through and did all of this. Do you know that? Whoop, 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 this not right, blase split. Do we take the moral high ground with these guys and be like, hey, bro, you can't be, doing that, because you really perpetuating the whole narrative. You keeping it going. You keeping the thoughts thoughting because you smashing and dashing, treating them like trash. You keeping it going. So it's like, then with these dudes, like with your Fresh and Fits. Fresh and Fit was one of them. Fresh and Fit was one of them. Was one of the ones. But them dudes would sit up there, had them girls on the panel. Them dudes would sit up there and had the girls on the panel, and then be smashing the girls and getting them pregnant and all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's like, how much do you really hate these thoughts if you smashing on them? That's why they should have been cooked this whole demographic of content, but
This problem in the dating marketplace is
I literally got to the point where I just don't care anymore, bro. I literally just don't care anymore. And maybe it's because I've learned, you have to become more wise over time. I've learned that people in general just don't listen to the advice that they don't want to take if they don't feel like taking that advice. Women in general really do that when it comes to
that's what I just was saying.
The advice that applies to dating. Women gonna do what they want to do, and a lot of times, modern women, of today's time, they're gonna do things that's not going to be beneficial for them in the future, as far as who they choose to date, who they choose to, start a family with, all the types of things.
That's how you do that.
Because a lot of it's based on the culture of social media. So
I'm working on some stream stuff in the background while I watch this, so.
Like, that's not your issue. Like, what is frustrating about it is the influence that it's having over other good women, because of social media. It's less like good women these days that are in their 20s because they believe that narrative. So that's probably the only frustrating thing. Other than that, you ain't got to deal with them. I always feel like this. If you don't care about paying somebody's bills, you don't care about them. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm saying if somebody falls, basically what I'm saying is, if somebody falls on hard times and you're not willing to take money out your pocket to help them, you don't care about them. And I'm pretty sure he won't do that for none of them. So you don't care. You really don't. Because you wouldn't help none of them if they was in a situation. Let's just keep it 100.
Is that valid? He said if you know anybody that fall on hard times and you not willing to take money out your pocket and help them, then you don't care about them. Is that facts? Is that facts? Hold on, my computer about to die and my phone about to die. I know I ain't coming like that. I guess I am. I'm holding all types of L's. I ain't got the charger. I ain't got my phone charger or my computer charger. That's crazy. I'm out here lacking like that. Well, I got some stuff set up though for the next stream. I really just wanted to work on some of my technical stuff. But I don't know, I feel like you can't even do this stuff without going live. Like, you literally have to go live to check a lot of your live technicalities and stuff. So I don't know. Like this, like bruh. Like why is that like that? I need to get all of this stuff aligned properly. So I might do another test in a minute. But I had to sit up there, get on here, make sure this stuff working. Make sure this stuff working properly. Yeah. Got the 2 cameras. We ain't coming just one. 2 is better than 1. Cause I can just do this whenever I feel like it. Alright, boom, that angle. Boom, up close and personal. Boom, back over here. This is exclusive for Twitch right now. Boom. Actually, no, YouTube kind of got a version of this. It's about ugly. It's about ugly, but got some kind of version of it. But that's the stream. All my stuff is about to die, so yeah, can't be on here for long. But I'm gonna get juice back up, and then I'm gonna come on here when I really got some stuff to do. For now, I might just do another stream test because I see it's a few more things I got to tweak. Cause this right here on the YouTube side, that's not gonna fly. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. So that's it. Let y'all take care, stay safe. I'm on y'all boys' eye. One more treat, bitch, I'm gone. One more hit, bitch, I'm gone. Brand new whip, bitch, I'm gone. Brand new crib, yeah, I'm home. Bitch, we home, yeah, we grown. One more treat, bitch, I'm gone. One more hit, bitch, I'm gone. One more hit, yeah, we gone.